Yes, 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 yes. We're live. Live, 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 live. Good evening. My name is Fumilo Lakinsala Williams, and I'm glad to be here. And I am almost 13 minutes behind schedule. You must pardon me. That is not deliberate. I was sorting last minute issues before I come on here. Are you happy to be here? Because I am glad to be here. For every time I get the opportunity of sharing with parents of girls, I do not take it for granted. And for every one of you that come here, whether you're joining me live, whether you're coming to catch a replay, trust me, I appreciate you. And beyond just joining live, I hope that whatever it is that you're learning, I hope that you're implementing. Don't forget, is when you implement and you do things that we share together, when we all learn together, that is when results are guaranteed. And today is gonna not is not I have promised not to take too much of your time, and then we'll just go right on to it. And you know what, when it comes to girls, please never assume anything, never take anything for granted. Girls, something that you will ordinarily think, oh, that's not a big deal. By the time you get to the turn of a girl, they change the narrative and it becomes something that really weighs on them. And don't forget, everything you're trying to do, all of the things that we're learning, is to ensure that your girl is not impeded in any way. Your girl is not prevented from doing all of the things rather that she's capable of doing. And if you have noticed, the things we've been talking about are things that inhibit girls, things that hinder them, things that make them not that make self expression difficult for them. And that is why we take it one after the other. We learn what causes it and what can we do to help. Everything is geared towards helping your girl. Everything is geared towards helping your girl, become everything that she's meant to be. Okay, and what is she meant to be? She's meant to be a person of impact, a person of purpose, and someone that will be someone that in our generation that has a propensity to lead, to guide, and then to do what is right. And then today we'll be talking about what girls struggle with the most, which is their insecurities. Then I'll be talking about how to help your teenage girl navigate insecurity. What are you going to do to help your teenage girl overcome this feeling of I am not enough, I am not this, I am not that? And you know what? If you're not careful, if a girl keeps thinking that she's not enough, what automatically happens is that she's already self-sabotaged. She's sabotaged herself such that even the things that she can do, she begins to think, oh, I can't do it. Because why? There's one tiny little bit insecurity somewhere that has not been dealt with, and that is why we're having this conversation. So I don't want you to, and when we talk about these things, I don't want us to be thinking, oh, what, is she the only one? Is she this? I've told us severally, our girls are not fully formed. You are the adult. She is the girl. She's just growing. She's not up there yet. And don't forget everything that will not, just like the way a girl will bother or a girl will be so bothered if she's looking for a missing pair of, even an adult will be bothered. This evening when I came, before I started my class, I thought I was having to look for some of my lighting and everything. As simple as it was, it destabilized me. That is me, an adult. How much more a girl that is just growing, that's not whose prefrontal cortex is still growing. So when you say that's not a big deal, it is because it is you, you're an adult. That is why it doesn't matter to you anymore. But it's a young girl that sees other girls like her that goes to school every day, that knows what is that probably you even give her access to a phone. She sees what is going on and she feels that, oh, I am not in this exact. They want to be there's an exact way a girl wants to be, such that if she's not in that exact way, she begins to feel, oh, I am not enough. Oh, and then the moment a girl begins to feel that way, she begins to naturally decline. So that's why it's important you pay attention to what we're learning today, which is that what are those things? What are the things? How do you, if you're noticing traces of insecurity in your girl, then you have to sit up so that you can help her overcome it. Don't forget, you don't shame her about it. You don't make her feel less of herself than she's feeling already. You just need to help her navigate such that she's better, such that she's grounded, and such that she's able to do what it is required for her to do. Okay, let's dive right into it. How do you help your teenage girl overcome insecurities? Number one thing to number for where a girl is concerned, see, I have come to understand that the more we empower our girls, the more they shed all of these insecurity, rejection, being alone, being blah blah, all of those things, all of those extra weights, what you need to do, the first thing you need to be focusing on is work on building mind capacity. See, I cannot, or I can't say this enough. Even as an adult, you're thinking you're lagging behind. So you build capacity. It is the same thing. So your girl is fit. You let us leave insecurity. I mean, whatever it is, whether it is insecurity about how she looks. I'm going to share a bit of my own insecurities with you, as we go on in this class. So let us leave all of that aside. The first thing you need to do, when you're dealing with a girl, please build capacity. Dear parents, build capacity. A girl that has capacity already is miles and miles ahead. She's already miles and miles ahead. So you need to build capacity, mind capacity, mental capacity. You cannot not do that. So, and of course, I hope that by now you know that mind capacity is not about scoring straight A's in class. It's not about being the best student in class. It's not about knowing mathematics so much. It's not about knowing English. It's not about all of those. It is about how she's able to handle issues, handle stress, handle this, handle that, and how will all of those things be if not that you're building skills. Build skills, build self-development. Number one, once you get that right as a teenage girl, trust me, most of your struggles are reduced. Have you not seen that when a girl tends to know something, when she tends to understand something, she it naturally boosts a feeling of self, a feeling of self-identity, a feeling of self-presence. It boosts it because she knows, oh, you know what? I know what I'm saying. It's like someone that knows her onions. Do you understand? So she naturally, it comes up it comes up. And the thing is that even though it is beneficial, your girl will still struggle with you. Why? Because she naturally will not want to do that. But because you know that she needs that. I said to my girl, say, you know what, all of this is that you're learning, all of this is that you're working on. It is for you to build capacity. Once you build capacity, there's a limit to which you'll be feeling insecure. That is it. It is only when you're not sure of what you know, or when your mind is crowded with other ideas, or you've been listening to other stuff and blah blah blah, that is when you begin to say, oh, maybe because maybe because I'm a certain way, do you understand? Maybe I look a certain way, maybe I talk a certain way, or maybe I this is my especially if you're in diaspora. You need to be building capacity in your girls. Let them go for trainings, let them go for mind development exercises, give them opportunities to build skills. The more they do that, the more they increase, the more the sense of insecurity decreases. And don't forget that a girl that is insecure is just a minute away from being pressurized. I hope you know that. So all of these things that we're even fighting. Oh, my girl is doing this, my girl is just following, blah blah blah. It is because a lot of times they feel insecure. They don't want to be left alone. Girls don't want to be left in the loop. They don't want to be the only one that is, the only one that is whatever it is. Probably, you know, so, but if your girl knows that, oh, you know what, this thing that I know, I do know it. So that reduces the level of insecurity in a girl. So, dear parent of a girl, you need to be building capacity, whatever it means to you. If it is to learn new skills, if it is to go and armor on the ones that she already knows, if it is to go and, put her in speaking engagement, whatever it is that you need to do to develop her mind. That's what we call building mind capacity. And watch it. The more your daughter, the more her mind grows, the more her feeling of insecurity reduces. Please go and check this and come back in 6 months and tell me, oh, and from this thing that you have said, I've tried it and then it is not true. And I will tell you that you did not do it. There's no how you build capacity. Even for adults, you're struggling, build capacity. All right. So the next thing you need to do to help your teenage girl overcome insecurities, you need to work on building relational capacity. Relationship. Does your girl know how to relate? Does she know how to interact? Can she associate with other girls her age? The more they do that, the more they rub off on each other. So build relational capacity. See, these things that we're talking this about, see, very soon, they say that we have a lot of currency. One of another important currency that people do take for granted is this relational currency. Ability to relate with people, ability to be on people's good side. That is, you're not lapping up, no, you are just you're not lapping up or anything, but you're just walking your way because you are smart, because you understand that yes, we need each other. Human beings, we're social beings, we need to be relational. So but these ones are, I don't really want to talk to anybody. The other goes to a birthday and then she hasn't met anybody new. The other is in a teenage group in church, she doesn't talk to anybody. Your daughter in a classroom, she's the only one that doesn't have anyone that she talks to. That is wrong. Build relational capacity. Teach them. And how do they teach? How do you teach them? By they observe you, what you're doing. How are you building relationship? What are the relationships in your lives? Some of us, the only people in our lives are our husbands and our wives. That is not, that shouldn't be. Oh, your husband is important. The place of your husband cannot be overemphasized. The place of your wife cannot be overemphasized. But we need relationships. Especially if you're going to do purpose, we're going to do impact. You need people. So your daughter has to understand this. What do you think? The more you are in company of like-minded people, of course, the more your insecurity diminish. So teach your daughters, they need to be building relational capacity. All of these things, I don't, I'm by my own, I don't need anybody. It is a lie. Except you will not play in the big frontiers of things. But if you're gonna, play big, you need to be building relational because there are some doors that will never open except some doors will never open except on the platform of relationships. Some of us some of us, if we're even going through a rough patch, there's no one that we can reach out to. It's not because there are not people there, but because we have not built that relationship with them. We have not built that capacity with them. We need to be building capacity. So build relational capacity. So invite, I have said it severally. Know the friends of your daughter. Know who she talks to. Know who she mingles with. Create opportunities for relationships. Deliberately create opportunities for relationship. She said to you, "Oh, mommy, a friend of mine is having a birthday." Don't close your mind. We're very funny. Don't close your mind. No, I don't want to. I don't want. I don't. No. If you can, go with her. Then you begin to observe depending on the age bracket. And don't forget, if your child is 15, your child is 14, your child is 16, she's already at that age, she should be having an idea. You shouldn't be having headaches if you've been doing your connection work anyway from start. So you shouldn't be having headaches over the kind of friends you should be keeping, because by then, by default, she ought to know that she only keeps friends that their purposes, their values, and everything align together. So if that is missing, then you may probably need to revisit your parenting journey and what the things that you need to be putting in place properly. Okay, so build relational capacity is very important. And of course, why is it? Because girls don't like to be alone. No, girls want to. Have you seen them when they're coming back from school? They walk in twos, threes, fours. So the one that is walking alone, something is wrong. So it doesn't mean that you will not, there will be no boundaries. No, it just means that your girl needs to understand early that the earlier she builds good relationship, some of us we can leverage on relationship for as old as 25 years. I have such relationships that can leverage on what we've built while we were in our 20s, while we're in our 30s. I could leverage on that today. I could leverage on that today. And there are some relationships that I've built over time that in the next 10 years, in the next 15 years, I would still leverage on it. What do you think happens when I do all of that? My capacity, my capacity for more is increasing. I'm able to do more because why? I am not alone. So please build relational capacity. The next thing you want to do if your girl is struggling with insecurities is you need to be working on building the right community for your girl. Girls thrive in communities. I have said this over and over. By now, it's like a broken record, but because it is important. Put your girls in communities. See, times will come when your girl will feel like, oh, I'm the only sane sider here, the way they will say it. There are times that the times will come when your girl will feel like the only sane sider. But she has to know that she's not the only sane sider. She's not the only one who's trying to do what's right. There are other girls like her. You don't know what that does to the esteem of a girl. You would never understand what that does to the mind of a girl, knowing that she's not the only one on this journey. She's not the only one on this journey because it's a journey. So that even when or even if anything happens, she has people that she can share her struggles with, people that understand that journey because they are on that path with her. So deliberate community it's a non-negotiable for your girl. When every other person is saying on YouTube, "Oh, you have to do this, you have to do that," and then she has her own safe cycle, where they come together, where they learn together, where they grow together, where they share struggles, where they share successes. You don't know what that will do in diminishing whatever. So she knows that she's not hard. Your girl understands that she's not hot for wanting to stay pure. She understands that she's not hot for wanting to do what is right. She's not hot for not wanting to, binge on inappropriate content. She's not hot for not wanting to do all of the silly, silly things that people do. Because let me tell you, your daughter is not the only one on that journey. There are other girls like her. Other parents are building. So all you need to do, and that's why we say bring your girls to Twitter Academy. Let's create that safe community for them, that safe haven where everybody knows that, you know what, my sister is here to hold my hand. My sister is here to hold my hand. I am not doing this alone. So you need to be working on that, on building the right community for your girls, and even you as an adult. There's so little to what you can do without the right community where you encourage each other. I remember this year I remember when this year started, and I gave myself some certain goals, and I realized that because I found myself in structures of accountability, I was able to move because I saw other people walking their journey. So I had no excuse. I had no excuse. So if that's working for me, then that's work for even much younger. It will work for anyone. So work on building the right community. Don't exclude your girls. Don't exclude them. They have just said to you, oh, there's a program, once all the young girls come and volunteer. You go and hide your own girl. Why? What for? They've just said to you, oh, there's an opportunity for volunteering somewhere. You say, no, that's how they used to start. No, that's not being wise. That's not being wise. Right community. People that believe the same things. And see, let me tell you, any for any time you want to feel overwhelmed, like, oh, you're my daughter, blah blah blah. I always remember the story of Elijah. He's a fantastic man of God. It's just gone to show Jezebel. I mean, yeah, Jezebel. He just gone to show Jezebel. He has just gone to kill over 450 prophet of Baal. And Jezebel had threatened. Jezebel had determined that, you know what, that prophet Elijah that did this, I will behead him, I will kill him, I will blah blah. And then, you know what, it's someone that killed over 450, but because he felt that he was alone, because he felt that he wasn't nobody was there to hold his hands, of course he had to now run for his dear life after doing that. So you know what happened? So as I know Elijah can mourn. So as he was under that tree, under that tree, yet bemoaning his faith. He said, I'm not any better than my forefathers. Oh, Israel has always done that. They've always killed their prophets. They've always done this. I am the only one in the whole of Israel. And the man was saying that, and the moment he mentioned that to God, God said, hey, Mr. Elijah, just calm down. Be calm all the way down. You're not the only one. That in this Israel, in this place, this Israel that you think that everyone has now bowed to bow. I still have, like, was it 700 that God told him? I'm not sure the exact number now, but I still have like 700 or either 4 or 700 that they have not bowed. So what did Elijah need to do? He needed to find them. Same thing Elijah needs to do. So do you think the way he was afraid, why as one person, do you still think that that's the same way fear will still propel him, even when he knows that he's not the only one? You do the calculation. So that's what this is about. So work on building the right. That's what community does. It lessens insecurity. And don't forget, insecurity could be about anything. I said I was going to share my own story of insecurity. So my own story of insecurity used to be my lips. So because then I don't know who put the idea in my mom's head, but at a point she would say that my lips were too big. So she would say there was a way she would say it in Yoruba that would make me really feel self-conscious. And for it, and that's why you should be mindful of what you say to your kids, because you know what, they believe you. And then for a long number of years, I believed what my mom said. And then to now make it worse, instead of us to just have, she could have just told me that, oh, you know what, I don't want you wearing lipstick. That was the problem. So she would say to me, and then when you now wear lipstick, it is worse. So she said to me, when you wear lipstick, it is even worse. So for a long time, I thought I had ugly lips. Oh, I thought that my lips were ugly. Until I grew, but I saw that when people complimented me, most of the compliments even goes to my how I talk, my lips, blah 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 blah. And I began to say, oh, that thing mom said. But I cannot tell you how many years I struggled with that. I cannot tell you how many years I struggled. So no matter what, I became so self-conscious. I became so I found myself always trying to, fold my two big lips. But now I flaunt everything that God has given me because I know that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. But your daughter has not gotten there yet. So it could be anything. It could even be the pimples. You'll be surprised. I am a full grown adult. I still struggle with pimples, especially when As it could be. And then, teenage comes with serious things for, I mean, a lot of diverse things for the girls. Your own daughter's own could come with a burst of pimples. And then she's beginning to think, oh, everybody's looking at me, everybody's blah, blah, blah. So it could be anything. But most times, be sure that it comes from inside out. So that's why you should be careful. So imagine when she's having all of those things and she has friends that's telling her, you know what, there's more to us than pimples. Pimples doesn't define us. It is what is in our mind. Because at the end of the day, that is what defines us. What is in our mind, what we do, what we exhibit. Do you understand? So it could be your daughter, your eye secret could be, it could be as something, and she will never believe when you tell her that, hey, one day this thing will stop, it will go. I don't know when it will go because I'm still battling with pimples, but that's just in a lighter note. Do you understand? So let your girl, whatever it is, give them the right community. You are doing her a favor. You are giving her wings to fly. Don't clip her wings. Don't exclude your girl. Put them in systems. Put them in places where they know where what you're teaching is being reinforced. That is the essence of mentorship. And as you do that, watch their insecurities, go down. So the next thing you want to do, you need to work on your own source of insecurity. What are you insecure about? Yes, you think because you're adult now you have escaped. It's a lie. It's a lie. I used to be insecure about, oh, I speak too fast. I'm not sure I'm communicating, blah, 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 blah. So that one wants me to now slow down to the point of I'm beginning to even miss the point I want to pass across. So do work on your own source. And how did I work on that? So I started, okay, for me, you know what? Not everybody speaks as fast as you. You need to learn to calm down, you need to learn to break your words, and I started watching, people that speak and all of that. This is me being vulnerable. And today I think, I like to think, yeah, I'm getting better in that area. So what's your own insecurity? Work on it. Work on it. It could be anything. Some of us could be the way we look. Some of us could be because we wanted to do something, we've not been able to do it. Then we begin to see less. We begin to see ourselves as lesser. Some of us was whatever it is. Some of us, we have not the target that we gave ourselves, we have not achieved it, and somehow, somewhere in our head, we're thinking, oh, we're lagging behind, forgetting that we're right where we need to be. All we need to do is from this place that I am, how am I moving forward? What am I channeling in 3 years, in 5 years, in 10 years? Where am I going to be? Because at the end of the day, that is what's going to matter. So it could be anything. Some of us could be how we look. Some of us before we had our babies, we had this, we were this way, blah blah blah. And because of that, we begin to go and be fit, because we desire so much. So you have forgotten that the moment you had a child, your body can't ever be the same again. And then you begin to beat yourself up, begin to do all sort of things, and then you begin to. Some people wear undersized dresses, making the decision worse. So whatever it is that is your own, go and work on it. Find out, trace it. What am I insecure about? Why am I insecure about this thing? Then how can I get help? Mention 3 things. What am I insecure about? Why am I insecure about this thing? How can I get help? You know what? Without teaching your daughter about insecurity, without preaching about insecurity, without doing nothing about insecurity, you're teaching your daughter how to manage, how to cope with her insecurities. That's what you're doing. So you need to work on your own source of insecurity. Work on it, fix it. So if it means that you need to go and take courses, you need to go and whatever the pay, if you need to go and work on how you feel you look, whatever it is, exercise, whatever it is that is making you feel less, that's making you feel not enough, work on it. Work on it. Work on it. Work on it. Whatever you're struggling with, work on it. Nobody will do that for you. And what you're doing, you're also gifting your daughter something very precious. You're gifting her the gift of vulnerability, and you're giving her the gift of progress over perfection. So your daughter understands that it's okay to be a work in progress. Oh, if there's anything my daughter understands, she understands that much more than anything. Oh, we are allowed to be work in progresses. Work in progress. If there's if there's anything like that. We're allowed to be work in progress. We're not allowed to be perfect. We're just allowed to get better. Am I better today than I was last year? Yes. Am I better last year than I was upper year? Yes. Will I keep getting better? Yes. Why? Because I'm working on all of those things that is trying to limit me, trying to stop me, trying to hold me down. As I'm doing that, I am teaching my daughter without sitting down, without, informal curriculum. That's what they call an informal curriculum. To work on your own insecurities. So the next thing you need to do to help your daughter, please pardon me. Sorry about that. So the next thing you need to be doing to help your daughter is you need to work on your home's media projection. This one I cannot say it enough. Work on your own your home's media projection. If you're not careful, even as an adult, the social media will sweep you off your feet. It will totally sweep you off your feet. And you begin to measure your life, you begin to measure who you are by what is not real. So you need to work on your home's media projection. What is who is governing your home? Is it what they say? Is it what is trending? Is it what is viral? All of those things build insecurity. There's a way girls have been made to think now that you should look a certain way. I don't know whether you have noticed, but I have noticed. You should look a certain way. You should dress a certain way. You should talk a certain way. There has to be who says? Who says? And most of these ways, most of them are wrong. And your daughter is imbibing that, swallowing that, thinking that it is the right thing. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? So when I say, know what your daughter is consuming, because all of these things, at the end of the day, it comes to attack, it comes to attack, it comes to attack. Attack their self-worth, attack their sense of self, attack their sense of self-awareness, attack a lot, and does a lot of damage. So I'm asking you, what is your home's media? Who are the people, that your daughter is watching? Even you as the adult, who are you watching? Who are you following? Some of you oh God. Some of you get off your phones and you literally, you physically feel tired because you feel that you can't measure up. Why do you want to measure up to what is not even real? I've never been able to understand it. I don't think I ever will. You leave you use your own money to buy the phone, you use your own money to buy the data, you use your own hand to scroll to where they will pressure you so much so that by the time you drop your phone, you're literally feeling depressed. Why are you doing that to yourself? And why, most importantly, why are you projecting that on your daughter? So choose what will enter the gates of your home. Through your eyes, through your hair. Choose it. Man those gates. Man the gate of your home. Man the gate of your daughter's life. Who's she following? People that will make her feel less? People that will make her feel she can't measure up because that is what you see. You follow someone that makes you feel like you can't measure up. And that is why you see girls so desperate to do all sort of stuffs. It's crazy. Because they must measure up. Who set the standard? Who set those standards? They must measure up. They must be this. They must be that. They must, watch your own media projection. What are you listening to? If it's not blessing me, if it's not increasing me, if it's not making me better, I'm not listening to it. It's my phone, it's my data at the end of the day. So I won't let you pressure me. I won't let you, because I already know. Please, Insta. And you just, we don't take them serious. These guys tell us all the time. For the Insta. That means for that, it is not real. Pictures for the gram. Then you want to now start measuring your own life. Your that begins to measure. You know what the Bible says about that kind of people? It said they are not wise. Those that measure by them, those that compare themselves with themselves, they're not wise. And then your daughter she soaks all of that all day. And before you know, you're wondering why is she feeling self-conscious? Why is she walking and then she's walking a certain way? Why do girls want to dress in a certain way? Why do they want to dress in a certain way? Why? It's insecurity. Because they feel this is what is acceptable. Because somebody has projected the wrong form of acceptability onto them. And you should man the gate, you're not manning it. So man the gate of what your daughter watches, what she hears. So what is your home's media projection? If it's not edifying, we've been guided about the kind of content to let in. Is it edifying? Is it full of praise? Is it full of virtue? Is it noble? Is it excellent? That's what you should be feeding on. That's what your daughter should. These days, my daughter goes, "Mommy, it's as if this is the only thing you want to be listening." I say, "Yes, so that is the only thing I want to be listening to because this is what matters to me." There's a particular podcast I'm always listening to. I think I have listened to all of the man's messages and everything because this is where I want to go. Do you understand? So you can't pressure me. You can't. That's because I'm an adult and I've taken time to work on myself. But your daughter is just starting. So don't hard to the pressure of your daughter by the things that you allow in your home. You don't know it, but that's what you do. What's a young girl doing following Kim Kardashian for God's sake? What's a young girl doing following celebrities that don't propagate the ideal things? What's a young girl doing following people, that make her feel never enough? Make her feel she has to, and then have you seen the what's that word now? The compound effect. That's why girls that have not had babies, they want to go and get their bodies done. hmm They've not had babies, they've not gone through childbirth, whatever. They want to have their bodies done. They want to have their boobs done. They want to have their butts done. They want to everything done. Why? Where is it coming from? From a deep-seated insecurity that's been projected upon them from what they're listening to, what they're watching, what they're consuming, and you're not doing nothing about it. So work on your own media projection. The next thing to do to help your daughter overcome insecurity is give understanding and patience, realizing it's a phase. I'll share my story again. At the point, I'm not sure that I'd shared that before. I'm not sure, but if I have, please pardon me. So at the point, I was so obsessed about having two piercings. I was so obsessed. Oh, I was so obsessed. So I was in uni. So of course, my obsession got the better of me. I pierced it, and then it got to a point. I thought two wasn't enough. Then I have three. And I got back from school, and mom was wondering, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? And it was my friend Debbie. And then she said, for me, I think you're going crazy. And then she pulled the third hearing, she put it and threw it away herself. I'm going somewhere. So today I will sit down and then my girls will ask me, so would you allow us do that kind of thing? I said, if you want to do it, I will sit you down and I will ask you the pros and cons. I will ask you questions because this today, till today, now that I'm an adult, I wondered what level of foolishness possessed me because the life I'm living is as total variant to that kind of whatever it is. These days, the jewelry on my neck, I don't want to tell you for how long I've had it. So it's just been there. It's gold. Nothing happens to it. So it's just there. So somehow I outgrew that foolishness. That's the point I'm trying to make. So give understanding and patience and guidance, realizing it's a phase. For example, if your daughter is battling with how she looks. I used to be chubby as a teenager. I was chubby. Oh, my cheeks. Oh, I think they're still there. So I used to be my cheeks used to be very, very chubby. I used to be very, very, and at the point I was like, hey, am I gonna, boop? But how many years down the line? So give your daughter understanding, give her patience, give her guidance, realizing it's a phase. And that is why you need to be putting the right structures in place. So the fact that you are putting the right please do not misunderstand me. The fact that you're putting the right structures in place does not mean that your daughter will still not struggle, but it will help her. It will help her. The community, the learnings, the growing, it will help her to quickly snap out of that insecurity because I've seen adults, insecure adults. It's terrible. Are you talking about me? Did you talk about me? Is it how I walk? Have you seen adults? They look very good. They look very, very good. They dress well and everything, and you compliment them. And someone they look at them and say, "No, what's the big deal about what I'm wearing? What's the whatever, whatever?" No, this one is even. Have you seen such adults? That's coming from a deep-seated insecurity that was never addressed. So that's why you need to be doing this. You need to help your daughter, give her understanding. Another thing I used to do, another silly thing, I will not tell you that. I think I'll tell you that another time. It was really silly. And today, I couldn't marry this me with that girl. Trust me, I can't. I can't. So this is when I say, girls, okay, maybe they're going to outgrow it. But do not take it for granted. Do not just leave it to chance. Whatever you leave grows. That's why I married the three words together. I said, give understanding, give patience, give guidance. The three to walk them through that insecurity stage. So the next, don't forget, it's a phase. Your girl will grow. She will outgrow all of those things and you wonder, why was I ever feeling insecure about my lips, for God's sake? That's on my mom. Anyway, shout out to my mom. you know. So the next thing you want to do is how do you help her overcome insecurity? Share your own insecurity and how you overcame. That's what I just done. I've shared my insecurities a lot of times with my teenage girls, with my mentees. I've shared it such that, as I'm sharing and I'm teaching them to overcome, they begin to see insecurity as, okay, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on, because we're ready for this. Do you understand? So share it. Don't hide your shame. Mm-mm. Don't hide it. Teach with it. I have taught with my mistakes. I am teaching with my mistakes. Why? So that other girls are not making the same mistakes. That's it. Don't hide it. Don't. Don't. Turn it into a teachable stuff. So share your insecurity. Whatever you struggle as a teenage girl. So that way your daughter feels seen. That's what you're doing. But if you now put a picture up of one perfect mom that's never struggled, that's always gotten it right together, your daughter cannot relate with you. She doesn't know what you're talking about. You're so put together. You've always been fit and proper. Everything is in the right place. You've never done anything out of, Your daughter can't relate. Your daughter is not looking for that kind of mom. No, no. I told you that time when my daughter was struggling with small, small lies. I was worried. I said, where is this coming from? Because I know why kids lie. I had to, we had to have a conversation. And I told her instances where I had lied. I even told her instances where I had stolen. Oh, I've not told you that. She knows it. And I stolen. You don't know what I've stolen. I stolen baby milk. I stolen baby milk, and I share with her how I got caught by my grandma. Shout out to my grandma. How I got embarrassed, and how that was my last attempt at stealing anything. So teach with it. Yes, yes. You say what if something more serious? Okay, so you want to figure out, does my daughter have the capacity to understand what I want to teach? Because you're trying to teach, you're not trying to, solve the mind of a child. There's a difference. So share your own insecurity. What were your struggles? I've just shared mine. I still have some as I'm going on my journey. Oh, I still journey. I got to my I was in a class last weekend and I was with some girls, and then for some reason my last week I was thinking, oh, maybe it wasn't really that, blah 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 blah. Well, I was seeing the reviews. I was like, what? You mean? And this is me wanting to be insecure about that. Do you understand what I mean? This is me wanting to be thinking, oh, maybe he's not really into the standard of what, blah blah blah. Wanting to be insecure. And I said, and a girl told me in that class, and for me, I read this book 5 times. I said, what? What? Even me, I had read it 5 times. But she said, oh, it's so fun, it's so simple, it's so relatable. I read it 5 times. I said, what? So this is me wanting to be insecure about it. Like, oh, maybe it's not up to. Do you understand what I mean? So share it. She's learning strength. She can see you. She can relate. Most of us, our daughters can't relate with us. They don't understand what we're saying because we are idea and they are. So work on that. Share your insecurity and how you overcame. Then the next thing is that's very important. I don't want us to gloss over it. I said find the root cause and build confidence from there. That is it. You want to kill insecurity? Why is my daughter insecure? What is she insecure about? Can I turn that into strength that will give confidence? Do you understand? What is she insecure about? Is it how she talks? Can you teach her how to talk? What is she insecure about? Is it how she dresses? Can you teach her how to dress? What she insecure about? Is it about a physical appearance? Can you help her? What she insecure about? Is it about subject that she's not? Can I help her? So it should be that is how a deliberate and intentional parent will think. So that you now turn that insecurity, you turn it into mastery, then mastery will lead to confidence, and then that is it. That is it. It was like Oprah Winfrey. She was told that she couldn't blah 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 blah. She was shamed, she was mocked for a lot of things. Either she's a black kid, either she couldn't do. And today, she was mocked. And for a long time, she was just letting all of those other voices win. All of those other voices win. But somewhere along the line in her journey, there was a change. And today she's host, of course, of course. You can't reason it now. So find the root cause. Don't just gloss over it. Please, don't. I've seen adults that still struggle with insecurity. People that are very okay, but somehow they feel they never feel enough. They have to have that, and that is why you see all of these extra things that people try to do. It is to make up for what is lacking. They're making up so bad for what they feel is lacking. So they have to be out there. They have to do this. Because there's some yearning inside. There's some hole inside that still hasn't been filled up. So find the root cause and build confidence from there. Don't leave it to chance, dear parents, I beg you. Whatever you do not leave it to chance. Find it. Why? 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 Because you're preparing your daughter for the world. You're not preparing your daughter for your room, not for your flat, not for your duplex, not for your home. You are preparing your daughter for the world. And you all have that duty, that responsibility of helping her so that one day your daughter's going to say, "Thank you, dad. Thank you, mom. You helped me walk through this." Don't gloss it over. Don't shame her over it. Don't. Find the root cause of the insecurity and then build confidence from there. How do you build confidence? You build confidence by mastering the cause of that insecurity and doing it well, whatever it is. So the next thing you want to do, guide her through using connection tools. Connect again. We are here. We're back to connection. Guide your daughter through every phase of insecurity using connection tools. You'll be shocked that most of these things that is causing insecurity is also from a gap that has not been filled. So feel it. I always say it. A girl that is love filled will understand that whatever she gets from outside is extra. Oh, I know that firsthand. So feel it. Connection tools. Connect. Holidays are coming. What are you going to do with your daughters? What are you planning to do with them? Or you're just planning to I don't want any disturbance. No, like you have disturbance. You had those children. You had those girls. You pour into them. Our holiday is coming. I can't wait. We have everything planned, everything booked. What we'll do per day, everything is ready. I've been planning it for months. I'm not caught unawares. So what are you going to do? Why am I trying to do that? I'm trying to build her. Build such that whatever it is that she thinks is outside, it's just an extra. It doesn't become the main thing. That's what you need to be doing with your daughter. Guide her through using connection tools. Connect. Connect. It is whoever you have connected with that you can impact. That's the person that will listen to you. That's the person that will listen to your journey of insecurity and how you overcame. Connect. Find you can't outsource connection. Connection cannot be outsourced. Dear parents, you cannot outsource connection. You need to be doing that. Guide her through using connection tools. I've mentioned 9 things. Number one, work on building mind capacity, work on building relational capacity, work on building the right community for your daughter, work on your own source of insecurity. I said work on your own media projection, give understanding and patience, realizing it's a phase, and share your own insecurity and how you overcame it. Find the root cause and build confidence from there. Guide her through using connection tools. And the last thing you want to do to help your daughter overcome insecurity is signpost her always. Oh, always. There's no woman, there's no extraordinary woman that has not struggled with one insecurity or the other. I've not seen. I've not seen. There's no woman that's extraordinary that's just woke up and became extraordinary. But despite that insecurity, despite that whatever, despite that challenge, they still rose. Always, always, always signpost your girls to what is possible. If you're watching me, please put it in the comment section. Always, always, always signpost your girls to what. That's what I do. Trust me. I don't want my daughter to be like me. I want her to be better. I want her to be better. I want her to be more exceptional in whatever. Yes. So what do? I signpost her. Because they are amazing people doing amazing things and they're women. Signpost her. As you're doing that, you're expanding her mind. You're expanding her possibility, the possibility level of her mind. That's what you're doing. So that she doesn't think, oh, because I am this way, then that's the end of me. Because I look this way, that's the end of me. Because I am from this side. Usually if you're in diaspora, what even if you're not in diaspora? My daughter came and said, Mommy, I want to contest for blah 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 blah. I said, of course, let's do it. And then we start down blah 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 blah. But the only thing I do is I prepare that. Just in the event that that you do not win, but you have put yourself out there. That's a major insecurity crushed. So she's not thinking, oh, the color of my skin is different. No way, no daughter of mine is gonna think that. As a matter of fact, it's because the color of the skin is different. That is why you must do what is exceptional. So signpost them. Signpost them to people that are done amazing, because we have a lot. That's why I say, who are you following again? Who are you following on social media? Who are you? Who are you letting? Who are you allowing to speak into the life of your child? Who? Signpost. Let the daughter understand. Let her know. Okay? Signpost them always. Our insecurities don't stop us. Our insecurities don't define us. It's not the end of us, but we rise above them. We rise because women can rise, girls can rise. Oh, I've seen girls that have risen. Girls can rise. So, question: are you going to be helping your daughter to rise, or you help her to be submerged or subsumed? That's on you. How they have learned something. Don't forget, for everything that we learn, it is when you work it that you begin to see results. I'm happy that you are here, whether you're catching live, whether you're catching replay. Please do not forget, let us grow this community together. If you've been learning here, let us grow this community together. Bring other girls, come to Twitter. Let's create that community and then will let us build girls that will shape and impact our world. I'll be here again next week. Thank you. God bless you and bye bye.